Come on. Well, I know I sound clear. It's because I've turned everything else off. All right. Let's see here. I don't know if it was the noise gate, man. I think it's it's having a hard time. How's that? Any better?
You sound better.
Is good.
Yep.
Sound is good. Camera. How's sound? Their sound. See, it's sounds good. We're good.
We're good.
Yep.
I'm Jason. I'm going to be playing Doraad. Doraad is a half-elf tailor, and he does so well at doing his job that he has his own shop on Red Street in Dendris. And yeah, he's a wizard. He's a wizard tailor.
Hey Zeke, Jen messaged me and said that she can hear everybody's audio but yours.
Oh no.
Oh no!
It's a mystery game. You
I'm
only
sure
get
everybody
one
that is
quarter of it.
watching can read lips. I'm sure it's fine.
Everyone. Right.
It should be fine.
All right, how about now?
Life, yada yada. I got the point.
Yeah,
How about
Zeke,
now?
I just muted you on Discord and could not hear you through the Twitch stream that I have up.
Okay, well, according to Jen, it's fixed. So, technical difficulties out of the way. Let's just redo my intro, I guess.
Good, I missed some notes.
Good, I'm so glad. Alright. So, for those of you who couldn't hear me, which is everyone except for the party, welcome to Valir. On this world, the Weave, which houses the magical energies that supply magic for great magical works, be they man-made or natural, is the same force as the life stream itself, which provides life for all creatures, all plants, and all organisms. And as such, because magic and life are so interwoven, life tends to congregate along ley lines that go throughout this world. And one of the two source points on this world for all ley energy is a tree in the middle of Ispira, which is where our campaign will be taking place majoritely. We may venture into some other countries, but Ispira will be the home for our campaign. And the capital city is a city built in a ring around a tree that stands 3,000 feet tall, which, for size comparison, is twice the height of the Empire State Building from base to tip. And the tree is up on its roots like gnarled little fingers. And there is a city built in sort of a donut shape around the city with some highways that go in between the roots to make it easier to get across some of the wider parts of the city. And things to circumvent the difficulties of having a ringed city. But it is the source point for life and magic and technology. Aspira is the home of all life. Ancestrally, anyone can trace their lineage back to Aspira at some point. And this being a young world, the westernmost continent hasn't really been explored too much, other than a few civilizations that have crossed over the narrow sea over here between Vildur and the Jorah Deadlands. But yes, we're going to start right here in Ispira. We're going to go ahead and start by going down to Red Street. Red Street is sort of a Hollywood boulevard, kind of like the rich, and the social elite and the who's who all go to shop here. If you want to spend, a small coin purse when you go out shopping, you go to the markets. If you want to drop 10,000 gold pieces on a new suit, you go to Doraad's. Now, here on Red Street, there is one and one only tailor. And sort of like Chanel or Gucci, that kind of like font written right above the door is Doraad's. And it is inside where we will find Doraad's owner, as the shop is named after the owner himself. Doraad, you have been getting ready for your 10-year anniversary celebration and sale, of course, for your business, as you are finally coming up on 10 years.
That's right.
You've had a lot of success in both your front of house and back of house endeavors. However, your reverie, your feeling that the world is on top, and you're on top of that, shatters.
Okay.
As soon as the door opens and you realize a Charlie is walking through your door. Now, for those...
A Charlie.
Yeah, a Charlie. For those who don't know, on Red Street, There is a barber shop called the Red Street Barbers. And when you show up here in the Red Street Barbers, you are always taken care of. But what is not well known is that the Red Street Barbers are information brokers and are one of the most prolific black market groups that there are. And all of their barbers are named Charlie, as anonymity is the most important name in the game of information. And a Charlie, which almost never leaves the Red Street Barbershop, has now walked in your door.
Charlie!
Doraad, it's a
I'm-
pleasure to see you again.
I never thought I would see the day when you would not be in your shop. Is this business?
I'm afraid it is, my old friend. You know, normally I wouldn't come here. Do you mind if we speak in your office?
Yes, just Jeremy. Jeremy, send everyone. Tell them to come back later.
Yes, sir!
Wave the to my office, this way.
Of course, please lead the way. And
I'll lead them back, yeah.
yeah, you head back to your office. And Charlie sits down, adjusts perfectly pristine jacket, not one of yours though. It's the barbershop uniform, and kind of pulls it ever so perfectly, like a military uniform ready for inspection, just perfectly clean and kept, and says, Doraad, there's been an issue.
What issue? That's nothing. What kind of issue?
An issue that's going to require your personal touch to solve.
Ah, someone needs a suit.
This is not that kind of problem, Doraad.
Oh,
I'm
well, don't leave me waiting.
I'm not sure exactly how I'm supposed to... She's dying.
She.
A man
Myth.
of your stature and experience. I don't think I need to clarify who. And I don't think you'd want me to, especially not in your place of business.
I appreciate your reverie. From what?
We don't know yet. The clerics have ruled out foul play. It seems to be some natural or unnatural, but not malicious effect ravaging her body. She has a few months to live, maybe a year, if she receives proper treatment, which she will, of course. But,
Is there anything more that she needs? Anything?
no. The reason I'm here telling you this is, you know that it is rare because it is expensive, but I have been paid to give information rather than collect. This entire conversation is because I was paid to give this information to you. And I was also paid to keep.
Of course.
Yes.
I know. The boy?
The boy... We will have to see about the boy. I will find a way to contact you later when I know more.
Charlie, will you do me the favor of letting me know of
Oh, you cut
And
out
then I
there
will
at
go.
the end. I apologize.
Oh. Charlie, will you let me know would you do me the favor? And would you let me know when I have next to know to see her?
I can do that. You have, after all, been a friend to the barbershop.
I imagine I'll be visiting before the week to make
We shall see.
ends.
We shall see. And with that, Charlie will stand up and readjust their suit, put in their button, and they will leave.
And I will leave. Oh,
Doraad, you have been left alone with that bombshell. What do you do?
he grabs the quill off his and he pulls out a piece of parchment. He closes his eyes for a minute, just a quick second, just to think, and then he dips it, and then he puts the quill down, and then rolls it up in the parchment, and then ties it, and then sticks it in his desk, and then locks it.
Okay. And I
And
assume this is
then-
one of your enchanted drawers.
Yeah, this drawer doesn't. Yeah. And you know what quill is.
I know exactly what quill that is. That I do.
Hmm?
Secrets.
And from there, we'll go find Jeremy. We'll go find Jeremy, get everyone back in the shop so he can make more money, because that's good. And
Yeah.
he needs.
You are probably going to need a little extra spending cash soon. Probably. Well,
I need a barber.
you do need a barber. All right. As we leave Doraad's shop and kind of zoom back out to the greater city of Dendris, we're going to now move to the roots of the lay tree. As we start to wind through the streets, we see parts where the lay tree has roots that bury into the ground, and the city is built around this as completely naturally, not trying to damage the tree in any way, shape, or form. It's clearly held sacred here in this city. And for those in this very remote corner of town can tell, there is the wards that protect the tree just gently thrumming as we go to Thane tapping on the protections in frustration.
In frustration.
Tapping on them?
Mm-hmm. It seems that you can't quite touch the tree. It's got about an inch of just solid air that you can't get past.
Can anything get past?
You have been at this for the better part of 3 hours since you arrived here in the city. Nothing has worked.
Oh, I'll come back later.
Excellent. You have a city at your whim and at your mercy. What do you do, Thane?
I need a place to stay.
You do need a place to stay.
I'm going to the graveyard.
Graveyard?
Yep.
You need a place to stay near the graveyard, or you're going to stay in the graveyard?
We'll find out what the graveyard has to offer first.
All right. You head to one of actually 2 graveyards in Dendris. The city is populous enough that there's not really enough real estate for only one mass graveyard. So you head over to the graveyard. And there are a few people walking by here or there paying their respects. But you're not here to pay respects. That's not what you're here for. You are looking around for specimens. And
No, I need I need a gravekeeper.
You need a grave. Oh, you're looking for the actual like gravekeeper. All right. Yeah, you'll
Speak for the
find.
manager.
Yes, you'll find after a little bit of meandering and looking at people tossing roses to loved ones with tears in their eyes, you find the groundskeeper, who kind of looks up as you approach. I'm sorry. What can I do for you?
Do you have any crypts for rent?
Do we? I'm sorry. What? Crypts for
Crypt?
rent?
Yes. I need to pay for a crypt if you have one available.
Why would you want to? Never mind, gold in me pocket. Follow me. And this graves keeper is just leading you through. And you find a old, ancient crypt belonging to one of the noble families of Dendris. And he pulls out a key off of his iron ring filled with tons of keys, slides it off and hands it to you and says, 20 gold, and I didn't even know you were here. Yeah?
Yeah, I can do that.
That's me, mate, not even haggling. And then he'll swipe your 20 gold before you can change your mind and hustle off. You now have the key to an old crypt.
He'll enter and just see what the layout looks like. How many? Just he's exploring the crypt just to familiarize himself with it for a little while.
This particular crypt is an above-ground crypt, and it is set sort of like an octagon with multiple tiers of ornate coffins afforded by the nobles that own this place. And so each side of the octagon, except for the one that houses the door, contains bodies. And then the head of the house is in a sort of like a sarcophagus, but not quite. In between a sarcophagus and a coffin, in the very center of the room. It's rather small, maybe 20 feet across.
The center of the room, or the center sarcophagus is?
From the door to like the back wall is about 20 feet. It's pretty small. It holds about 24 bodies, and that's it.
How many? They're not called coffins. Wherever the bodies are laying, how many of them
Sarcophagi?
are
Sarcophagi? Yeah.
I guess.
Are the other bodies
Or
actually enclosed, or are they just
gal.
set in niches?
Sorry, could you repeat that last part?
Are the bodies actually enclosed, or are they set in niches in the wall?
They are slid in, but it looks like there's, I don't know how else to describe this other than like an IKEA drawer. But they have like a slab that is set on rails so you can slide it out for ease of access. And it looks like this is done on purpose because it looks like from the state of this room that it's cleaned often, perhaps weekly.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
That's perfect. I have a place to stay. At least in Thane's mind, he has a place to stay. So after that, I will. He is going to be looking for more tournaments in the city. See if the
The Agrenar Bloodsport.
has spread this far, so he'll be seeking that out next. He leaves the crypt and heads off.
Excellent. Perfect. And you start heading looking for information in the city.
Yep.
From here, we're now going to the Undercroft. As I mentioned, the grand ley tree that is the centerpiece of this capital city is lifted up off the ground from the powerful roots that reach out like gnarled fingers. And because of this, there's actually some stuff that goes under the tree, and there's actually a hollowed part out in the center of the tree, which is where the Council of the Hand, the ruling government body of Aspira, resides. And this is where we're going to pan over to next. As the door to the Counselor of Foreigns, which handles all foreign relations, opens up, and in walks in Khensu at the summons, answering the summons given to you by the counselor.
Counselor Goldmoon, you summoned me?
Yes, it's very good to see you again. I was wondering if you could let me know how the foray into Agranar went. Did you meet with I apologize, I don't remember his name, the chieftain of the place.
You mean Tetsu?
Yes, Tetsu. I'm sorry. I tried to keep it all contained within books that I can easily, look at and remember. But there's so much. There's so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, Tetsu. Yes, Tetsu. Yeah, of course. He's the ruler of Agranar, Tetsu. I feel like I'm losing track of myself. Khensu, it's a pleasure to see you.
You too as well,
Yes.
Counselor.
At this point, their assistant, which is who you typically deal with, walks in the door and says, I'll take care of it, Counselor, I'll take care of it. Oh, yes, well, thank you, I appreciate that. I'm quite busy. And then they're kind of shoot out of the room, and the assistant, who you've met many times, his name is... Let me check my notes. Theris.
Okay.
Yeah, he is Vice Chancellor Theris. As the assistant takes over in case anything happens. It says, yes, thank you very much for coming, Khensu. Could you, yes, explain what happened in Agranar? Did things go well with the chieftain?
Things went well. We in investigated the murder, and at a game DM, we never really talked about the conclusion, so I don't know where to
True,
take
it
it.
is still an ongoing investigation.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you're having
it's
to
still
come
on.
back because you'd been gone for too long.
Right. Yeah. We didn't solve the cause of the murder or who the culprit was. Um, I was hoping to be able to at least clear Aspira from any wrongdoing, but while I wasn't able to confirm that we didn't do it, I couldn't. So it's still possible an Aspiran citizen was the one responsible, but
I see.
the as I'm sure you've seen in the reports, the cause of death is quite unusual.
Yes, it seemed that there was some transmogrification of the body itself, or I didn't quite understand the reports that were given. They seemed ludicrous.
Yeah, and if I hadn't seen it, I don't know if I would believe it either. Um, so I don't know really how one describes what had happened, but um I'm trying to remember out of game, but was it like they were turned inside out?
Yeah.
Or
It was it
yeah,
was
okay,
it was like they were turned inside out without the body tearing, like they didn't cut it up or anything. Yeah, no, super freaking creepy.
yeah.
That's metal.
Yeah. Um, and he'll say, "Very good. I'm sure the investigation will pan out with enough time and resources. That isn't why I asked you here. I'm just
Oh, okay.
I would like to know if I can count on you to handle a matter internally, not in Agrinar. You're one of the very
Sure.
few people that I can actually trust here in this city. You hold enough reputation and weight that your name means something should you need to evoke it, but at the same time, you know, you're not going to get stopped every 5 seconds like the counselor would be if they were to investigate it themselves.
Yeah,
And
understood.
of course, we don't. This is going to be close to the border with Sema, and we don't want a counselor there to act as a provocation or anything like that. We have good relationship with Sema and their trade routes, and we do not want to send the wrong message. So, I was hoping you could handle this matter internally.
Yes, I'm used to protecting the counselor. This will be a different way, but absolutely.
Indeed. Well, I should give you the basic details of what you'll be doing. You'll learn more on the way. I'll send you a dossier. But the sort of nuts and bolts of it is that there is happening in a small town near the border to Sema. We received a strange report that everyone went missing completely. With no sign of trouble, no sign of struggle, no sign of fleeing, and strangest of all is in a lot of cases, clothes were found, but with no one to occupy them. And normally, I wouldn't send someone of your credibility on such a odd report. But this is the third that we've gotten, the third town that we've received reports from. We believe it is no longer a hoax, and it must be thoroughly investigated.
Are all three towns around Sema?
Not necessarily Sema, but they're all in the northern parts of Aspira. And they're all very small towns, population of 100 or less. Also, I don't know if it is worth noting, but they're also off the beaten path from the ley lines. Sort of in the boonies. Very strange. All three of them.
It may be in the dossier that I'll get later, but how close are all three towns to the Jorah Deadlands?
I've included a map with markers on there for you.
Okay. Okay.
Now, as for getting this done, you're probably going to need more help than just yourself. I have the utmost faith in your talents, but you are more in the realm of, destroying bad guys. For protecting our country, you're probably going to need a subtler hand to help you, if need be. And for this, I'd like to, unfortunately, recommend our mutual friend, Doraad.
Okay. Yeah.
You can see as well as I the potential assistance one of his kind would offer.
I would be a fool if I didn't admit that he has a way with people. So, more so than I do, but that's by choice. So,
Yes.
I wouldn't trust my life with Doraad, but I will trust him to see this done for Aspira. So
Good. I don't
don't
have...
do not make that look, Jason. You know.
That's going in your note. Doesn't trust a rod with his life. I will change that. I will scratch that out one day.
Yes, well, I'm not one to like the black market and what it represents, but I understand the necessity of it for a strong economy, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. Or people like Doraad that keep it so that way we need him. Ugh. I know he's the security counselor's friend and all, but I don't care for the man.
Not that I am in the market for giving him compliments, but in other towns, the black market, those who engage in it are much more dangerous and untrustworthy than Doraad is. So,
Fair.
all things being equal, if we have to have that element in our city, I'm glad that we've at least got him and not. He's the lesser of two possible evils.
I see. Well, it seems that you and the counselor of security seem to be of one mind on this, so I won't try and sway you. But regardless, he is useful. Be sure to grab him. Feel free to grab anyone else on your way. It's a bit of a long journey, but I don't know. Try and keep it reasonably small. We don't want to have Seema thinking that we're sending an army over. I don't need you asking your buddies at the railroad. But if you find anyone on your way, feel free to include them. If you see any military types, I will give you this. And he hands you a writ. And says, for the most part, any checkpoints or anything like that, this should get you cleared as you are on official business for the council.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me in regards to this assignment?
In regards to this assignment, no. While I'm away, my team knows if the counselor is expecting to go to Agrinar or any other location. My team knows how to handle things in my absence, but just make sure to, keep my godmother safe, please.
Of course, of course. We can't afford to lose a good artificer now, can we?
Right.
No, of course. And I will see to it that your typical duties, both known and unknown, will be taken care of in your absence, as this is a matter of great importance to the council, and it will take you some time. Just journeying northward will probably take a couple weeks at least, unless you have good mounts, but still, we don't expect it to be over soon.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then, considering the urgency, I suspect I should get busy. I'll first start with Doraad, and perhaps from there, we will be able to determine who we need to bring with us.
Very well. If you need anything, let me know. Other than what I've already told you, the rest should be in the dossier. But I'm only ascending away.
Got you. Thank you, Vice Counselor.
And you, Khensu. And with that, the vice chancellor will take their seat in the chair, as you've seen them do many times, as the vice chancellor is really who runs the show at the Cabinet of Foreigns. Excellent. So as we leave Khensu to start heading toward Doraad's in the city, we're now gonna go over to let's see, that'll be the eastern gate of the great city of Dendris, where we find Leuca, who, after a very long trek, has made their way down from Camadin after their festival, and has now finally made it to the capital city. So, Leuca, before you is the gates. They stand
Leuca.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Leuca is a little amazed, but maybe not as much as one would expect, because though she has never seen a tree this large before, she has seen very large trees in the past.
Very true.
She would be more interested and intrigued by the construction of the gates.
Yes. The walls seem to be made out of a material that Leuca has never seen before. It is completely foreign to her. And the gate seems to be made out of an iron, except for it has a red tint to it, and it seems much more polished and less gritty than traditional iron is. The walls stand the walls stand at about 60 feet tall, and the gate is the entire height of the wall itself, pulling into a recess in the wall when it's opened.
Leuca would pause before the gate and run her hand over this red iron, trying with unskilled hands and mind to gather information about it. Discovering nothing other than it is hard, it is flat, and it is solid. Leuca would look to the top of the gate and look at it with some measure of confidence, as though it's not as much of a barrier to her as it may be to some other people. But lacking that, Leuca will knock.
Well, there are two guards on either side of this massive gate. They didn't really stop you as you approach to run your fingers across the gate, but one of them does kind of approach you as you're kind of standing there marveling at it and says, "Welcome, what can I do for you?"
What language does this person speak?
They're currently speaking in common.
Big tree. City. Points at the gate. I go.
Yes. I'm sorry. Do you not speak common?
Not well. Ancient tongue is difficult.
Aid? Never mind. Let he'll switch to Elvish and say, Elvish?
Much better. Thank you. It's terribly difficult for me to speak in common.
Yes, my Elvish bad too.
Leuca is a
you want
6 foot
in?
tall.
Go ahead.
I should describe Leuca. I don't know
That's
if
true. We
other people have done that. Leuca is a 6 foot tall woman with pointed ears, vibrant red hair, and a pretty thick frame for an elf. Wearing a combination of leather and furs and a harness literally covered with hand axes and daggers. With javelins strapped to her back. So she is armed to the teeth. And she points at the gate and says, "Yes, I'd like to enter your city and ply my trade."
In Elvish will respond, "Good, enter." And he'll wave and then in common say, "Open the gates," and you'll see it begin to slide into the wall itself, disappearing entirely until it's flush. And you'll notice as it's shutting that the edge of the gate is also made out of that strange material that the wall is made out of. So when it goes all the way into the wall, it's completely flush and doesn't even have a seam.
Open the gate. Yes.
He'll nod and kind of I did it. I spoke Elvish today. I haven't used that since school.
I told my mom Spanish was the right class to take.
Yes. Oh no, now Elvish is now canonically Spanish. Me gusta. Yeah, you enter into the city, and in front of you is just a myriad of different races that you've never seen before. And compared to the small town of Camadin that you were just at, this is a whole. I mean, there's dozens of races that aren't elves, just wandering through the streets, going about their day, and also unlike some other of the smaller towns, Dendris is at the forefront of artifice and magitech, using magic to both fuel and incorporate as a part of technology. And there's strange machines that run off of the weave and its flow, carrying people's goods, almost like a tensor's floating disc, but partly mechanical, just carrying a blacksmith's wares. And there's just this bustling city of at least 1 million people in front of you.
Leuca, when Leuca thinks of a city, the Elvish, specifically a Ladrin word for city, Leuca thinks of a meeting of tribes, which did happen sometimes. It's
Right.
important to gather every once in a while. And never in Leuca's conception is there so many people all in one place, nor anything but elves. So Leuca does her best and utterly fails not to gawk, not to just openly stare at interesting and new things, not to like lean over every food cart and look at every instrument that's being played.
Oh yes, even to people who were born and raised in Dendris, it is a city of wonder and imagination and innovation most of all. And that's for people who were born and raised there. For someone who's a foreigner, and especially the kind of foreigner that you are, spoilers, it's just so much. And it's beautiful, and you can feel, just from where you're standing, like the heat of the sun against your skin, the feeling of magical energy coming off of the tree, almost lifting your spirits and filling it with warmth. What would you like to do?
I was gonna say I have to find people, but mission accomplished on that. I've been introduced to the concept of coins.
You have.
I know that I need some. I don't know if I need more, but I suspect I do, judging how expensive the last purchase I made was.
That is true. Your last purchase was pretty expensive.
So Leuca would find a street corner somewhere where there's a little bit of space, and if there are so many people there is not space, she will make space by drawing 2 hand axes.
Yes. All right. I assume you're gonna set up your act, right? Why don't you explain
do.
explain it to the party and to our viewers?
Leuca would take out a big drawstring purse that is empty and almost stands upright on its own like a thick, stiff leather, and set it up on the street corner. And starting with 2 hand axes held in one hand, Leuca would start juggling hand axes. And starting with 2 and just always keeping one of them in the air, she would just keep one hand axe floating at all times, passing the other one with a low throw from one hand to the other, before adding a third axe with some element of drama, and managing to keep 2 axes in the air at any given time. And while she does this, there would be ovulation There would be shouting. There would be singing in Elvish.
Hell yeah.
And
It's a show.
it is a show. This is what she does when she's a solo act. Not quite the same show when she's part of a larger band of entertainers. But this is how she plies her trade.
Yeah, and you're starting to draw a crowd. How about the very first roll of the campaign? Give me a performance check.
Oh, great. This is where I roll a natural
tone.
one,
Set the
naturally.
tone.
Okay. I got an 8. I did slightly below average.
With an 8, it makes sense. You're a little nervous. This is a very strange situation to find yourself in. You do find yourself a little bit of a groove, though. This is your thing. You do this, and you manage to make. Why don't you roll me a 2d12, please?
Eight again.
All right, we're looking at 8 silver, doubled because of your background feature. So that'll be 16 silver pieces. Kind of a low start for first round on the corner, but it's still something.
It is enough to buy a room at an inn. Mission accomplished.
That is true. I take it you're going to go start looking for a tavern now, yes?
Yes.
Very good.
But still, if I'm distracted by anything, and I am easily distracted, I investigate it.
End caps were invented for people like Leuca.
And caps work.
End caps work. Excellent. Now, from here, we move toward the main entrance at the northern end of the city. And having just gone through the gates and finding themselves looking at this incredible city, we find Naadia.
Should I describe her?
Absolutely.
So Naadia is also Naadia is also 6 foot tall, pointed eared, and red haired. She's
Oh
she is no, just wait. She is entirely unarmed and unarmored. Her clothes are all kind of brightly colored and wildly mismatched and in various states of raggediness. She has sort of baubles and trinkets and bangles sort of sewn into her clothes and tucked into her hair, and she's barefoot. She's carrying a pair of boots that are sort of tied together by their laces in one hand and kind of swinging them along, and she's got a very crumpled envelope clutched tightly in the other. And she is making absolutely no attempt to hide the fact that she's gawking. She is looking openly and with just open wonder and fascination at everything she sees, and stopping to ask people who she has never met questions.
Twinsies.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, then you begin looking around. Are you going to ask anyone for directions to
Oh, yes.
where you're going?
That's the very first thing I'm doing.
All right.
I'm going to, first person I see, grab him by the shoulder.
Okay. You grab a random stranger by the shoulder. I'm sorry. What's going on?
Hi.
Hi.
You know the Master Doraad?
Doraad? You mean that
Yes.
fancy dude on Red Street?
Sure.
I mean, sure. I mean, everyone knows the Rods.
I don't, but I do now, I suppose. How do I get there?
Oh, are you a tourist? Hey guys, she's a tourist.
Sure.
Yeah, no, just go down this street, make a left, make a right, make another left, and you're there at Red Street. You're good.
Left, make a right, make another left. I'm there at Red Street and I'm good.
You got it.
Okay.
And they just openly.
Successful interaction.
Successful interaction.
Gonna make a left and a right and another right, and then I'll be good.
Oh no! You make it's another left at the end. You make it to Red Street though. You get turned around a little bit, but
Takes me a while.
The city is huge. It is brand new, but it is neatly oriented from an architectural standpoint. So it's really easy to sort of realize there's kind of like a grid going on, and I can kind of figure out where I am now.
More New York than Boston.
More New York than I don't know where the Boston accent came in from. It was just, I don't know. It just felt natural.
Fantasy Boston.
Fantasy Boston.
How does the magic feel in this city?
The magic in this city is pretty incredible. The only time you've ever felt this much magic generated in one place is when you went and saw the storyteller. Like, it's that level, but the whole city.
Right.
Yeah.
Even more so than back home.
Yeah, or at least, like, the average is higher here than back home, but there are certain places back home where it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, this is more than your average back home.
I'm gonna stop outside the door that says Doraad's.
All right, you see the door to Doraad's. It is like I said, it's sort of like a Chanel or Gucci, where it's got that like fancy, twirly letters, Doraad's, and it's kind of like at an angle. It's not quite straight. It's like tilted up.
No apostrophe S.
No
it
apostrophe.
is just Doraad.
It's Doraad.
No apostrophe S. Just
Beautiful.
Doraad.
Beautiful. Well, you found Doraad.
Do I see anyone in the front room? I assume there's a window out front?
Oh, yes.
Is there a window in your shop?
Oh, yes. There's absolutely a front window with 2 suits in it.
Describe the suits.
And that's it.
What are the suits?
So on the left would be it's a black 3-piece with a light blue vest under it. Solid black, almost tuxedo, but it doesn't have the tuxedo wing collars. And the shimmer weave that's in there is the stitching around the buttons, where the buttons would be on your cufflinks. And they come up and they finish all that stitching in there. And you can see that it emanates a kind of glow angled to where your cufflink would be. So this suit is for your fancy person with very nice cufflinks that wants to show them off. And then the suit on the right would be a blue and slate 3-piece. And then the shimmer weave that rolls through there is in the vest itself.
Void weave, not shimmer weave.
Void weave, sorry, not shimmer
Yeah.
weave. Void weave. Thank you for correcting me.
Mm-hmm.
Void weave. The void weave is in the vest itself, and you can't see it, but it's emanating a cologne spray kind of smell, prestidigitation, smell good, so you don't stink while you're out. And then the door is a very, very vibrant yet deep royal blue with a very, very pristinely polished and ornate silver. It's not a doorknob. It is the curved entry handle. And the door swings out, not in.
Got it.
Naadia's gonna open the door a crack and just sort of stick her head.
Stick your hand what?
Hello?
Oh, you stick your head in the door?
Yeah, just the head.
Okay. You know.
One of the irons would be up front.
Oh.
I said you still have all their names?
I do. I just gotta pull it up. Hold on. It's in your private chat, right?
It's in there
Where is your list
because
of dudes? Because you have employees.
Jeremy is my. I do have employees. Jeremy is like my guy when it's me doing stuff, and then the Irons is they're the ones who are out front doing stuff, making everything happen, and they bring clients and people to us in the back.
Got it. Yeah, Irons is up front, and then working in the back is Clarkson and Renner. Piven's in the back room. And you are still in your office reeling over what just transpired. Or probably just now about to come out of your office.
About to come out. Okay.
Yep.
Um.
So Naadia, you lean your head in and you see a shop counter, a raised fitting room with like mirrors and everything, and suits and textiles and void weave cloth. Which for everyone else, void weave is a special type of cloth that resembles like silk or satin, but is extremely tough, and it holds on to magical enchantments. So you can, cast prestidigitation on it, trying to make it smell like roses, and it'll hold on to that for almost ever. There's more to it than that. There's a whole process that makes it very expensive, but the sort of gist of it is it's a type of cloth that can hold on to magical enchantments. And yeah, this beautiful shop lies in front of you. What do you do? You call it hello?
Just waiting for a response.
Yeah, Irons, who's behind the counter, would say, "Welcome to Doraad. If you could please come on in and shut the door behind you."
What is this a place where people put their shoes on or take them off?
You can leave your shoes on. I've never been asked that before.
What if they're off to begin with?
I
What do I do then?
suppose he kind of like leans over the counter and looks down. Is Naadia wearing shoes?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Look, he can't see because I've only got my head in the door.
He's like trying to peek, like trying to like get a good view out the door. I mean,
Nice shoes.
that would be appreciated, please. We have a fitting room. You can come in and put your shoes on inside. Just shut the door.
Oh, I don't want any of these clothes. I'm gonna put them on outside. Give me a second. And then she'll close the door
Okay.
and sit down
Bye.
outside and start putting her boots on.
Oh my
She's gonna
god.
stick the envelope between her teeth and then put her boots on. And then I don't know, about 30 seconds, minute. She's still getting used to the whole shoes thing, so I think it takes her a little while. She does like the all right, 1 bunny loop, 2 bunny loops. Okay. And then once she's got her shoes on, she's gonna open the door and step inside. I'm back.
Now, Clarkson, Renner, and Irons are all together talking about the woman that just entered into shop a minute ago, and then they all stop realizing that you just walked in back inside. Can I help you?
Yeah, well, it depends. Maybe. Probably. I'm looking for a Master Doraad.
You have...
His name is on the front, so I figured he'd be in here. Are any of you
figured
him?
correct. No, none of us are Doraad.
Oh.
Jackson starts to raise his hand before Renner elbows him in the ribs.
Where is he then?
It is in his office. Can I get a name? I'll see if he's actually in.
Need a name.
Your name? I assume this is
Mine.
an appointment?
I'm not giving you mine. You can't have mine.
Why not?
Because it's mine.
I'm not gonna take your name. I need to tell him
Roll
what
an
it
insight
is. You want to roll an insight check? All right, go for it.
I don't know. I feel like this guy might take my name.
Yeah, he probably will.
Yeah. Clarkson is a name thief.
Now.
Oh no. Yeah, this dude's absolutely out to steal your fucking name. 100%. Everything that you have feared is true in this man and this man alone. He's here to ask you. Take your name. He's going to ask you for favors. Oh yeah, no. He's going to give you a gift without expecting something in return. Totally. This one insight, absolutely. This guy's fucking with you.
You can call me Thomason.
Thomason. Very good. One moment, please, Thomason. You two. And then Irons will head over to Doraad's office and give a knock on your door. It's a special knock that lets you know it's one of your direct employees and not just some random
One of your
person in the shop.
Jeremys.
I imagine they each have their own knock, so I can choose to ignore individuals.
Yes.
Undiscreet Jeremy knock.
Behind the glass, they're all Jeremy. There's Pivens, Irons, Clarkson.
They're all Jeremys.
Yeah,
Okay. All
I
right.
heard Renner, and I immediately fucking alarm
Renner.
bells.
Oh man.
Okay.
It was Irons, right? All right. Yes, Irons, come in. Come in. What is it? What do you need?
There's a someone here to see you. I had to remind them to put on shoes before coming in.
Oh, someone.
But I don't know what you want me to do with this one. Normally I would just kick them out, but like they have an aura, like they're clearly someone, right? Like I can feel. For clarification for those watching, in this world, because life and magic are so intertwined, those that are able to circulate it within them, or in layman's terms, have a level, live much longer than others, and they give off a very detectable aura. So whether you are a normie or not, you can just feel the auras of those who are channeling a lot of that ley energy through their body. And yeah, Renner says they have an aura, so there's somebody. I'd kick them out, but I don't recognize them. They seem pretty up there. I don't know. I'm not really. That's not my job. But like, she seemed like a
Doraad
somebody.
will walk over. He'll walk over to his mirror, and he'll start adjusting his suit, getting it all nice and ready. Oh, I never described him. I never did. Doraad. So while he's in the mirror, perfect time. He is about 5'10", give or take, elf. And if you've ever seen the National Geographic photo of the woman with the green eyes, it was very popular for a while.
The blue
He has
green.
these very yes, that facial structure right here. That is his triangle right there. Right, that's what he looks like. He's not big in build. He's not frail, just thin. He has a whitish, dirty blonde gray kind of hair color, and it's all pulled back into these dreadlocks that come back into a high pony that sits up. There is in his pocket, there is a very nice silver chain that hooks up to I'm going to mispronounce it one time, just because I want to, a pince-nez. his pince-nez, little glasses that he has that he keeps. And as he's checking himself, he'll reach into his coat and check into his inside pocket to make sure his glove is in there.
It is.
And then he'll readjust. And did they give a name?
Yeah, but I think they were lying.
You couldn't tell if they were lying? What am I teaching you here? All right, let's go.
They're weird.
And then-
They're weird, boss. They're not normal.
Well, Irons, nobody is normal. Normal is a relative term. You think I'm normal?
Yes, sir.
I want to roll insight on Irons.
telling you,
I
this guy's
know
fucking
he's
shady.
like, I don't even need to roll it. The dead eye.
No, you've worked
Irons.
with him long enough.
One day,
that
Irons,
was
you'll grow a spine, and I'll appreciate you even more that day. Until then, you do good at your word. Let's go find this someone.
yes, sir. Tries to get it together, and you exit out. Naadia, there is Doraad. As soon as you see him, you can feel the aura. This is probably who you're looking for. As you feel like a wave of magical energy coming off of someone who is able to channel it like you do.
Oh, good. Are you who I'm looking for?
Well, that all depends. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for a Master Doraad.
I don't believe I've ever been called a master. Well, I take that back. See, I believe I am the man you're looking for. Is this about a suit? You clearly
No, I
need
don't want any of
something.
your suits.
Oh. And what was your name, dear?
Naadia.
That's
Naadia.
not what she.
I'll look
Never
over
mind,
at
I'm
Irons.
sorry, boss. Just... Greg?
Yeah, I did. As a way to demonstrate my age, I raise my hand like I did in school when I have a question.
I do.
Out of game, I'm just curious. Does Doraad do women's fashions as well, or just men's?
Yes, yes. It's not as prevalent, but they are just as beautiful. I sell more suits than dresses and attire, but I do sell and make them.
Okay, I was just curious. He didn't seem like
They're
the
there.
type to eliminate
Potential
50% of the
Money.
market. So yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Okay.
not. But the market tends to lean towards suits. I do make more suits than dresses, but I do make dresses.
Okay.
Irons tries to protest at the name being different and then just excuses themselves. No, they know better than to interrupt you.
Well then, Naadia, what can I do for you today?
Oh, well, it's what I can do for you. I have a message for you.
A message. Well, gladly. What is this message? The paper?
Yes, well, it's what's on the paper.
Oh, of course. It's what's on the paper. May I have the message? Will you read it to me?
I think you should probably read it. I think we have a mutual friend.
Oh, I have many friends. I wouldn't doubt it. Especially someone who can be as magical as you are. And he'll gesture to take the note from you, the paper.
Naadia will hold it out. It's in pretty bad shape. It's been
no.
folded a lot of different ways. It's pretty waterlogged and has tooth marks in it from all the times that she's put it in her mouth so she can have both hands free. Other than that, she has been clutching it tightly for about the past month.
Oh my. Is it even legible at this point?
It is.
Zeke?
It is. You can read it. I mean, it's not gonna sell for a lot as a collectible or anything. You're not salvaging.
It's no
the
longer
signature.
mint condition. Okay.
No,
Oh,
no
no.
hollow.
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
Oh, well, okay, what does this note say? I look at this note, I look at you and see the teeth marks and well, it's just a whole bunch. I
It's
believe
a
you
little
might
bit
need
wet
to
because
brush
Naadia
your
was
teeth a little
just
more.
holding it in her mouth.
She literally just was.
Yeah, it's a little damp. I'll read it. What does it say?
All right, it says. Pull this up. All right. Dear Doraad, my name is Dwalin Pearlbeard, and I am the dean of the Librarian Arcanum. Oh gosh, I have the city name somewhere.
No,
Wait.
I
Yeah,
never-
you have it.
Wait, fuck, what is it? Fairdale.
Fairdale. Yes, I am the master of the Librarium Arcanum here in Fairdale, and I have noticed a anomaly in the local ley line that runs through our city, and after an extreme amount of research, I have come to realize that you might be the person that I need to speak to get this resolved. So I have sent my protege to deliver this message to you, and I do so in the hopes that you will find time in your busy schedule to come up to Fairdale and investigate this anomaly. I have it on the highest authority that you, in particular, will have interest in it. Signed, Dwalden Pearlbeard, Librarium Arcanum.
Can you spell his first name for me?
Absolutely. That is going to be DU apostrophe WALLINN Dwallen, and then Pearlbeard.
Sounds very dwarvish.
Very.
Dwallen.
You can see while it is written in common, a lot of the characters have the blocky squared edges that are common in Dwarven script as sort of like a
This is their
Yeah.
second writing
right.
language. They
Exactly.
definitely still prefer to write in their home language. Doraad looks at the note and
I apologize.
and kind of.
I forgot this. Can you actually make me an Arcana check?
Oh yes, let me.
Yes.
All right, here's where you're gonna. I need your help. I tell it's a specific skill.
You should.
Actually, I can just.
Yeah, since it's on Roll20, you should just be able to click the word Arcana and it should auto roll for you, unless you're doing physical dice like I am.
All right. Well, let me. It's +7. My mod's +7. So I'm just gonna tell it to roll 1d20. What did I get on that? So that's a
Dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20.
30-20 on my. Bring my
Excellent.
journal.
All right. With a dirty 20, you recognize something exceedingly rare. It's not something that you even do, but you know of people that do. This is encoded with onomancy, which is the magic of names. And you think that there is 9th level abjuration magic on this that is set to go off if someone other than Doraad opened it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the name of the magic of names?
Onomancy. O-N-O mancy. That is the study of the magic of names.
Wow. Doraad, after this, will gingerly and carefully fold this back into whatever shape it so desires the easiest to go back into, because
Got a
who
lot
knows
of
at
options.
this point.
It's been folded a lot of
Right.
ways.
A load of
Gonna
options.
kind of like
Kinda crumble
just kind
it
of
up.
like do that with it. Yeah, just kind of get it to where it wants to be. Can I Eldritch Blast this thing?
I mean, if you want, yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna ice it
All right.
and then into my dumpster.
Naadia,
I just want it to be.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Awesome. Hang on, 1 second. I'm making a real life.
Oh
dexterity
no!
saving
I'm gonna set
throw
it
to
off.
get it.
No.
You're gonna. Oh,
No,
okay.
you're
I
fine.
just wanna-
No.
I promise I'm
The-
not TPKing the party with a 9th level spell.
I think it would be really funny if you did,
Okay,
though.
it would. But no, I'm not going to do that.
That's
I need to roll a dex
13.
save.
13, you are fine. So as you shoot Eldritch Blast at this, you realize that the paper itself is you're holding it and you're doing the energy, right? But it collects like water on wax paper, and it ricochets off and flies off in a random direction in your office. And the paper is untouched, unharmed.
Naadia's
your
just
chamber of
howling with
commerce
laughter.
The eldritch crackling energy that is completely icy frigid for you literally pooled like water on wax paper and just bubbled up and then shot off in the distance.
Probably
The
Did it
second
break
that
something?
happened-
Probably what?
probably breaks your chamber of commerce plaque.
No!
The Jeremy's okay.
So hard for that A+ rating from the BBB. Ah.
Naadia's just howling with laughter.
It hits the top
Laughter?
of Renner's hair, leaving him with nothing but a mohawk.
Hey!
Hey!
Oh, I knew that old man was good fun.
Did you know
That's a
that?
good one.
Did you know that would happen? Like, did you know that the paper can't? No.
Not at all. I was told not to
I'm gonna
open
put.
it.
It's a good thing you didn't.
He told me something bad would
I
happen
will-
if I did. Oh, that's so funny.
I will open up one of my drawers and I will shove this in one of my. And then I'll pull out my quill and parchment, and then I'll not let go of the quill, and I will reset it back on its post, on its little floating podium, and then
Okay.
let it sit there.
Okay.
And then the parchment I'll just put back on my desk, and then the new note will take the place of where that was. Okay. I just need a minute. I'm sorry. I just need a minute. Naadia,
Yes.
are you from this town, Fairdale?
Oh,
No.
no.
Have you been there?
Yes.
Is it? Would I know where this is?
You would actually. If we
Oh.
are looking at our fun, handy dandy map, there is a town right up here. I know you guys have the versions you can actually zoom in on, but right up here near the border of Sima and Aspira is a little elven town built nestled into the mountains there, and it's near the bridge, the only bridge that crosses
Goes
the
into
river
Sima.
that separates Sima and Aspira. Yes, and so it's
Near
it's
the
that
border,
town.
you say.
Yeah, near the border.
Okay. You're not from there. You've been.
Yes.
I hear it's nice.
Sure.
I'll need to move some things around. Are you supposed to come with? What are you doing after that? Are you just a messenger? You seem like you are more than a messenger.
Are you asking me a question?
Yes. Are you? What are you? You've delivered your message. You've delivered your note. What are you?
Your audio cut out.
Yeah, I think he was trying to say,
Did
what
it?
are
Mine
you going
did?
to do now that you've finished delivering your message?
Well,
Oh.
I asked Master Pearlbeard the same question, and he gave me kind of a nothing burger of an answer. So,
But that's a okay. Well, then why don't
he told me to come back eventually.
we get you out?
No, he told me to come back eventually. To take my
Oh,
time.
he sent you to go get milk. Oh, wonderful. Well then, Naadia was it? Do you want something
It
else to
still
wear
is.
besides what you're wearing? It still is. I like you.
Why would I want something else? I like my clothes better than I like these.
That's fine. That's fine. So, that's okay. That's fine.
Shots fired.
Yeah. That's okay. Let's undo that top collar real quick.
Oh man.
Well, then if I need to go to the fair, I need to rearrange some things. I have some business to attend to that I
Like in
need
the
to set in motion.
room, I could help.
Greg, I did it too. I'm the DM and I fucking raised my hand.
Yeah, who's gonna tell you?
Shut the fuck up, guys. It's my turn to talk. Okay. If the both of you, mid-sentence, can give me perception checks, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
I think I figured out how to get it to do.
Oh, apparently I am. That's an 18.
An 18, huh?
If I just click on this.
Not even, baby.
Ooh, I did it. I did it. I got a 13 on perception.
Okay. Both of you... Let me double check. Yeah, both of you are going to hear one thing, Naadia. You're going to pick up a second thing as well. So the thing that both of you hear is... sort of a screech of some sort. Like it sounds unnatural, not like someone crying or calling out in pain, more like a non-humanoid creature. It sounds vile, like someone dragging a wet and frayed violin bow across old strings that are out of tune.
Oh.
Yeah, and you hear this call, and then dead silence for about 2 seconds before the screams and sounding of people running pass by your ears. And Naadia, you notice one other thing, is you feel the natural flow of magic as you are extremely in tune to this as compared to most people, is drifting out in the direction toward the sounds where you heard the screams come from. Like we've shifted winds, like a pirate ship, and you're paying attention to the direction of the wind blows. This is like the direction the weave is moving, is all pushing toward the sound of that god-awful screech.
Master Doraad.
Yes, dear. Did you hear that?
Yes, I think the magic is going somewhere.
The magic. What do you mean the magic?
What do you mean?
It's right here. It's all.
The magic. It's going. I think it is looking for what made that sound.
I want to know what made that sound too. Let's go figure.
Oh, am I coming?
And then, if you'd like to come with me, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm going to go find out. That was unsettling at best. Horrible.
That's not a normal sound here. Okay.
No, that's not. Can that be a normal sound anyway?
Be surprised.
It's a rhetorical question. You don't need to answer that. Come on, let's go.
That's just how stray cats sound in Dendris.
Pardon?
It's stray cat.
I was saying that's just how stray cats sound in Dendris. Like a too wet bow being drawn over out of tune violin strings.
And here's the city of the world's most fucked
Oh
up
my
cats.
god.
Mm-hmm. Oh my. Alright, so the two of you head outside. And we're gonna pan real quick over to two other players who will actually see this first. Thane and Leuca. As Leuca, you have finished busking and you're now making your way toward a tavern. And Thane, you are heading back into the town after securing yourself a crypt. You both hear this blood-curdling scream of a person that is the unmistakable sound that both of you have heard before, that sounds like a very violent last breath. and followed again immediately after by that screech that sounds like a broken wet bowstring dragged across out of tune violin strings.
Oh yeah, I'm going over there.
Heck yeah, it's about 3 blocks from where you're at. Leuca, you're about 2 blocks away. Coming from a different direction.
Is there like a root of the tree or I want to say lamppost, but I don't know if those exist in this city.
They're just not run on electricity, they're run on magic.
Leuca would kind of run and jump and swing up on one of these to try to get a view of what is causing the noise.
Okay. So you maneuver your way up. Why don't you give me a athletics check real quick? Or acrobatics. I'll allow it.
25.
25. Not only are you able to get up expertly to a good vantage point, but you manage to do so quickly as whatever's going on, it might be time sensitive, and you manage to get yourself to a good spot very quickly. And looking out, give me a second while I pull this up.
Oh no.
Yep, where is... Hold on. I just realized
Never
that
good
y'all
when the
can see
DM is
that.
laughing while he's bringing up stat blocks.
Yep. So we're gonna have to do Theater of the Mind for today, as without art I didn't have tokens set up for you guys for the actual battle map. However, I will switch over real quick to the battle map so you can just see and get a good idea. I just don't have tokens for you guys at the moment. But Thane, you are coming up from the south, so you're kind of coming up from around here. Leuca, you are...
Where?
You're coming from right around down here. Do I need to change this to a easier to see color? Here we go. There we go. Oh, it's on this stream, not on Discord.
Yeah.
Well, it's also on... I forgot. I need to move that. And now you guys can see what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Sorry.
There it is.
I forgot that you guys couldn't see it. If I went over, I had to move the little player flag. I forget all the time. So yes, Thane is coming from down here. And is not quite in the map yet, but is like approaching it. And coming from up north is Leuca, and Leuca, you are now up on rooftops, which are what these guys are right here. So you can kind of see into this central area, and there's kind of a divider of sorts that will probably sit about 4 feet tall. Maybe 3.5 feet tall, that divides traffic so that way carts don't run into each other as they're carrying goods for the day. And this is just a storm drain. Over here, however, you begin to see these creatures that appear to look like greyhounds, but instead of dog, they're more akin to like a dragon. And so they're covered in these brass-looking scales that go over their whole body, but they don't have wings, and they have that like really slender look that is common for greyhounds. They're a little bit larger though, probably about the size of like a Tibetan Mastiff. And there are 3 of them that are just prowling the streets right in between these stalls over here. Not technically initiative yet, but you guys are the closest, so what would you like to do?
Do I see them yet?
You are on ground level, so when you get to the like rounding that corner, you can now see them as you like start entering into the square itself.
So like right there.
Can you? Yeah, you're like right there. Perfect. The two of them are just sniffing through some stalls, looking for food or something, and one of them is gnawing on a poor victim that is got mauled to death, and you think they might actually still be slightly alive as they're being eaten.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they probably won't be for more than a few seconds, though.
Well, that I can't have them chewing on it. I need them. I will go ahead and attack the one that's chewing on the person.
All
Or
right,
get
we're
a
gonna,
range to.
we're gonna get a surprise attack in. All right, you'll have advantage if it's an attack roll. And what do you?
Uh,
How are you attacking? What are you doing?
I'm looking. No, he won't attack immediately. I need time to do stuff, so he's just gonna move up 40 feet. I'll move my thing.
Cool.
Wait, 30 feet.
Little green dot with a red ring. Cool.
Yes, because the green on green is hard to see on the cobblestones.
Makes sense.
Um, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Thank you. Yeah. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll move up to there, and then he's going to be casting False Life
Ooh. Okay.
on himself.
Go ahead and roll
No,
that
no, I
extra
don't want
temp
to
HP.
cancel that. I just want the information. Yes, casting False Life on himself as his action, and he will be. Since I can actually prepare for battle this time. How many of these do I get? Okay. He will be activating his symbiotic entity too as a bonus action.
Okay. Symbiotic entity as a bonus action, and then you cast False Life as well. Perfect. And then
Yep.
you moved up 40 feet. Anything else?
That should be it.
Okay. Are you going to attempt to not be seen, or are you just approaching?
I'm just approaching. I'm not very stealthy.
Okie dokie. We'll probably renege what I said about the surprise round. Doraad. Yes.
Out of game, is there a way to get rid of those icons on the bottom of Roll20? Because they're
There
covering up
is.
the whole map and I can't see them.
Yeah, there absolutely is. All you have to do is go over to My Settings, and then
I'm there.
audio, video display, and then player video avatar size set to names only.
Thank you so much.
No problemo.
Perfect. Oh my god. The map.
Ooh. Oh, posted False Life. Excellent.
No, I wanted to roll it. It's not doing it, so give me a second.
You're good. And if it doesn't fix right away, we can just manually roll it for now until we can fix it off the air.
Yeah, I'll just do that for now.
Excellent.
I don't want this.
All right, so that is 3 plus 4, 7. Excellent.
Oh, he's casting it as a third level spell.
Oh,
So that's
Oh,
19.
12, 17. Oh,
10, 17, yeah.
yep. Okay. All right. We'll now move quickly before we start doing initiative over to Khensu, who is also on their way to Red Street as we speak. And you start passing by this this event happening in this market intersection. You are coming from down here ish. And you're close enough that you can just hear the sounds of these creatures just going at it, and it just sounds angry and vile.
phrasing.
Does the sound familiar at all?
Ooh, you're the only person I can't just say no to.
Well,
Hold on.
I have that effect on people, so
Hold on. I think I'm gonna need your choice of a survival or a history check.
I'm gonna go with survival.
Ooh, excellent. Let's go. Also, if you have favored, do you have favored enemy?
No, I have the
The older
optional.
creature.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. If I needed to let you know what monster type it was.
So that's a 15.
15, perfect. With a 15, you're not sure a whole lot about it, but you have heard of it. They're called sand drakes, and they are typically found in the deserts of Sema and Agrinar.
Okay.
They're also
Okay.
occasionally found in the Jorah Deadlands, but that only happens if they have a mutation that makes them anti-magic.
Okay. So definitely not something that wanders through the streets
Nope, it
of this capital.
shouldn't even be in Aspira, period.
Okay.
It is definitely strange and out of the ordinary.
Okay. Then I will get my shield at the ready and um,
Would you like to
grab.
describe your freaking awesome shield?
Oh yeah. So Khensu, first of all, he's a blue dragonborn with bronze spots and a bronze colored, like, I don't want to say mohawk. It's more like the hair that Hawkeye had in Endgame
Mm-hmm.
when that it's more full than a mohawk. Um, he wears a military style uniform, but he's not a part of the military, so it's just gray, like a medium gray, and it's trimmed with the national colors of Aspira, whatever they are. We haven't narrowed that down yet.
White and green.
White and green.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I had made it red, I could be Italian. And then he's also got his right arm from a little bit above the elbow down is metal. It is um, probably a little steampunkish. It doesn't look like a full arm, so it's more of a gunmetal gray. Um, and yeah, and then the arm has a spike shield. It's shaped like an upside down teardrop, maybe, would you
Mm-hmm.
say?
Yeah, close
Okay.
enough.
And then it would have on the shield the symbol of a spear, which I'm assuming would be the tree.
It is.
Okay. And yeah, he's a I don't know, over 6 feet tall. He's not a tall redhead, but you know.
Also, I should clarify for everyone else that in this world, artifice is brand new. People are just now in the past like decade starting to like push the boundaries of technology because it's mostly just been magic. So the idea of a prosthetic arm is very, very rare, and it would have required a master to make. And before we forget, Thane, we didn't actually have a chance to describe your character. So as
No.
you're entering into this fray, why don't we get a little description of Thane?
Yeah, I hadn't done it because no one had yet been around him yet.
I can
So I
wait
guess
if you'd rather.
no, because Khensu's here now. He can see me,
Yeah, Khensu can see you.
and probably Leuca too, I think. But if Khensu's like over here, then he definitely sees Thane walking up. Um, so Khensu, you would see a. I'm going to pull it up because I wrote this out earlier. You see a slender-looking Yuan Ti, willowy and built like a runner. He has mottled gray-green skin, speckled with scales, and his eyes are hazel. And at the moment, you can't tell, but they're not looking at the same place at the same time. One is looking to the left, and one looks to the right. He's got a prominent blotchy birthmark on his face, and just dark gray blotches connected with spidery green lines. He has short-tipped, dark green stemmed mushrooms spiking out of his head instead of hair. He has
Mushrooms instead
mushroom.
of hair. Love it.
Yeah, he has mushrooms protruding from all over him, including covering the sturdy level armor he's wearing. These range from ones that you might recognize as tasty to ones you might recognize as poisonous. He's just covered in a variety of them. He was wearing 2 rapiers. He seems to be drawing them now, and a tough-looking lichen seems to have sprouted up where mushrooms aren't anymore. At the moment, that's all that you can tell, because he's moving with purpose towards whatever he's looking at the moment.
Excellent. Leuca, you have seen the the events that are transpiring in this street. You've seen the creatures. You've seen 2 of them start moving through the stalls, one eating at a body, and you see 2 other people that look like they're combat capable starting to approach at almost the same time toward the street as well. And you're only like a block and a half, 2 blocks away at this point, just up on a perch high enough to actually see what's going on. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Thank you. Leuca should be within range to get to behind one of these walls.
Let me move.
The dividers in the streets.
Oh yeah, 100%. You could absolutely get somewhere over here.
Leuca is going to move 30 feet, just low and as quiet as she can.
Okay. I would
get...
love a stealth check then.
I would love to roll stealth for you. Got a 12.
12. Okay. You it's a little hard to stealth in the middle of a developed city. But you do get decent cover from the dividers that separate pseudo lanes in the street. And you kind of got yourself more or less situated in a relatively stealthy position. What would you like to do next?
Leuca would draw a javelin.
Okay.
And from stealth, attempt to throw the javelin at the greyhound-like creature.
Excellent. And normally that's 2 actions, but we're not in like an actual defined initiative at the moment, so you go for it. Why don't you give me an attack roll with advantage, as their passive perception does not beat a 12. Barely.
Advantage. Javelin.
A 21 absolutely hits.
Or 10 damage.
Excellent. And that is piercing, right?
Yes.
Okay. You land a javelin right into the side of one of these creatures. And you notice something as it strikes is that while its scales seem to be well adept at protecting it, it works a lot like chainmail. And the javelin is able to find purchase in between scales, and it deals full damage to it. But you have a feeling that trying to use a bladed weapon might be a little less successful.
Since I have extra attack, do I get to throw again?
You sure do, though you are revealed, so you don't have advantage on the second throw.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you
Normal.
wanted to reckless attack.
That actually only works on the first attack in a round.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
16 to hit?
16 hits.
For 8 more piercing damage.
Excellent.
And now that she has been revealed, Leuca would throw her arms out wide, make herself look big, bare her teeth, and yell at these dogs through gritted teeth. Just a loud growl.
Love it. And with that, with 2 javelins sticking out of the side of this creature, were you hitting one of the ones going through the stall, or the one eating at the person in the road?
Just in case the person can be saved, the one eating at the person.
Okay. It's enjoying its meal. Thud. It looks up to see what's going on. A second thud. And it kind of gets pushed off to the side, off of this body. And you can see blood trickling down. And it's kind of zigzagging as it follows the pattern of the scales on its body. And it looks over at you. And it growls back. Unintimidated. And as it growls, you feel this sensation like someone is like brushing dirty, rusty scrap metal across your soul. And you just feel it like viscerally feel unnatural to you. And with that, I think it's time for initiative. The initiative tracker for stream is not going to be working today because that requires tokens in order for that to work. So I'm just going to have it kind of written out here. I apologize. Future sessions will get it squared away. All right, so Leuca is a 14. Doraad is a 17. Did other people already roll? I didn't see.
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9? Okay.
I got a 7.
Thane.
I got a dirty 20.
Khensu 7. And Naadia with a dirty 20. Alright. Let's roll for our boyos.
For this game, instead of calling it a dirty 20, can we call it a Doraad 20?
Abso-fucking-lutely! I'd be upset if you didn't. Alright, so we got...
Doraad, that second ring that's around Thane is a visible aura and a 10-foot ring around him of black and dark green motes. It's more prominent than it usually is at the moment because of the activated ability. So it'll be visible from a distance.
From a
Nice.
distance.
here we go. This should be everything. All right. First up is Naadia. You are still a little bit away. I assume you're going to spend your turn dashing to try and get there, right?
How far is a little ways away?
If you dash both rounds, it'll take you 2 rounds to get there. So we're looking at 120 feet away.
120 feet away. Okay, 6. I'm gonna use my action to dash.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna. Great. So I'm 60 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. I'm gonna.
Roughly. Yeah, you'll be roughly coming in, sort of around where Khensu is on the bottom left over here.
The whole time we were running, Naadia has kind of had like her head cocked a little bit, like she's been listening.
Okay.
And like she has just been shouted at, she sort of skids to a stop. And I'm gonna use a sorcery point to quicken spell levitate.
Nice. All right.
She's gonna kind of, the way she does it, she's gonna reach out and sort of, so that from her perspective, with fingers in front of her face, it looks like her fingers are sort of surrounding the creature, and then she is going to pick it up.
Like people would go to like pinch heads.
Yeah, like the head squisher.
Yeah, the little head squisher. And you just
or
pick
like,
up, and then it casts levitate. That's awesome. Which one are you targeting?
Aki and Chainsaw Man. I can't remember. How does the person who's being mauled look? Fully dead?
They look like it would require someone of a special talent to save.
Okay, well, that's a lost cause then. Then the one that's not attacking them, I'm just going to scoop it up into the air.
Okay. So there are 3 total. There is the one gnawing in the body, kind of right here in the middle, and then there's one going through this stall and one going through this stall. So are you targeting the northern or southernmost one?
Are they both 60 feet?
Yeah, they're both within 60 feet. From a top-down view, this looks like a solid roof, but these are stalls, so even if you're here, you can, like, see through this.
Okay, which one has the most people around it at this point?
By now, everyone has run away except for those who are running toward the fight.
Well, I mean, of those who are running towards the fight.
Closest?
Which one is closest to the most people?
Khensu. As there is a notable lack of people around Thane.
Well, I mean, which one of the scaly dogs?
Oh, absolutely the southernmost one. So the one that's closer
southern.
to you.
Scoop him up and keep him sort of dangling about. Do I have
I believe there's
do I have control over how many feet in the air?
Can you post the spell?
To 20 feet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zeke,
Cool.
just draw 3 circles on the map for the dogs.
Yes, you are 100% correct. Let's do that.
Oh, it needs to do a con save.
Yes, it does need to do a con save. We'll do, yeah, like this. Why not? Boom. Cool. Can you guys see those?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, those are more or less in the right spot. Yeah, probably more like that. This one is the one that's already been hurt, so I'll... Yeah, this is the one that's been hurt. I'll change its outline to... Whoops. Outline. Cool. Just to let you know which one it is. Alright, so this guy is now floating. So
We need to roll a con save.
Right. Let's do... what's your DC? 16?
16.
He fails, actually.
scoop them up.
All right. So, how high are you going? Well,
Ideally, I know this might be a tall order. Ideally, high enough that people can reach him to hit him.
okay, so 5 feet up then.
Not high enough that he can reach anything, push anything, like touch anything with his feet or something.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
just
this is
five,
a dog,
just
but-
5 feet off the ground, so it just can't reach anything, and people can still reach it. Perfect. All right. Anything
And that'll
else?
be the end of my turn.
That'll be it. All right. Next up, we got Doraad. Same thing, 120 feet away. Ooh, I can't hear you. There you go. I can hear you.
He cannot.
Nope, not anymore. It froze. Nothing. Try dropping call and coming right back in. See if that resets it for you. Technical difficulties. It is the name of the game. I kind of expected it for session 1.
The name of the game is Nebulous Horizons.
It's true. It's very true.
Took me a second to remember the actual name of the game.
Still can't hear you if you're talking, Doraad.
Yep. No audio or visual yet. Hey. Maybe?
We should be able to hear him even without his mic, his camera. I mean,
True. I think you're right about the nitro thing. It's going to be difficult to let it all go without that extra help, but we'll see.
Nitro make a difference?
It might.
I think Nitro gives you better bandwidth priority or something like that. I'm
That
not
it
100%
does.
sure.
Nothing. Sorry, family came in. Passed me a note, said that they stopped watching the stream to stop taking up bandwidth.
It's
They
very
were
sweet
they were
that
watching
were
it in the living
watching.
room. Yeah. Oh no. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do to like try and help. Interesting. Yeah, I still got nothing, Jason. Damn. Oh, not a good start.
It happens.
That it does.
Trying to wait for Lucas' turn to be over, but I really have to go to the bathroom again.
Yeah. I can switch us to take a little brief intermission. It is 8:40 p.m. Eastern. Why don't we come back at 8:10? I don't actually have an intermission scene set up, so I'm just going to use the intro scene. Woo!
9:10.
draw a shape and put yourself in there.
Oh, dope.
Hello, everyone. Let me unmute
Zeke,
myself.
you're muted, bud.
Saved. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for our little intermission. Everything is fine and dandy in the technical world. So let us return to where we left off with Doraad. It is your turn in the initiative. And you are 120 feet away
My
from the action.
turn in the initiative. 120 feet away. Okay. I am going to...
You will need to be at least 60 feet away if you need line of sight for anything. Just because it's kind of like around a corner from where you're at. Because you're coming from the same
Then I will
direction
activate
Naadia
my...
was. Activate your what?
Let me read the wording. Let me read the wording on this.
There we go. I think the stream had a little hiccup, but I got it figured out. There we go.
I slipped the founder of Discord a Chris $20 bill.
Oh, man.
And when I...
Oh, no, you're cutting in and out again. No. Let's see if I can...
It's so good for a second.
Right? It was so good for just this long.
Just a moment.
Is my... picking up?
Oh, no.
Dang.
Isn't internet lovely, guys? When I'm rich, I'm going to buy everyone fiber optic connections. Everyone's going to have, gigabyte uploads and downloads. Whole 9 yards.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So if you guys are watching this channel, maybe consider spreading word so I can make money off of it and get these poor souls better internet connection. And by poor souls, I mean me too. Mostly Jason.
Cool.
No, and Jordan. I got you.
Some.
Thanks.
I can
Okay.
pick up bits and pieces of your audio now. That's good.
No, I can hear, but it's still not hear me.
I think I actually have something I can do once you come back into call. Haha. I'm gonna fudge with your volume slightly so it doesn't cap out on my end. Because that was happening. Alright. Try something?
Trying something. Hold
Hey,
on.
you sound good.
Come on. Pair it up, baby. Give me that Bluetooth connection. In use. All right.
You're clearer than you have been all night.
Right. Well, I'm running off my phone now. So, hold on. I know I haven't turned the video on yet. All right. Bluetooth. Connecting. In use. Okay. Audio settings. microphone on. Video. Video. Is there video? Can you guys hear me? See me?
Yeah,
Yep.
you're good.
And hear and
Oh.
see you, and it's much clearer.
Incredible.
Wow.
Miracle.
Wow. Of course it is. It's my phone. I just need to figure out why it's not going to my headset right now. And that's upsetting. But my action is I'm going to activate my conspirator's cloak. And as
Ooh.
I do, Doraad fades into this ethereal gray, and his shape changes into uh, like a ghostly monk, like Assassin's Creed's, like the monks you blend into, the just
Yeah.
the hood and all the way down. But three of them split out, and they all just kind of go off 40 feet. And I'm just using it to get the 40 feet. They all beeline. I'm actually gonna get as close as I can get to the top of one of these roofs. If I can get over one in 40
Sure.
feet,
You
right?
absolutely can.
Then that's where I'd like to go. And as it drops, one of the
So you're gonna
forms,
show up right around here.
perfect, absolutely perfect. And then his form drops, and Doraad just kind of superhero poses because he's fucking Doraad. And then fixes his suit up and then like looks around. And that is where he's at.
Okay.
Movement.
We're now gonna go to the drake that has two javelins sticking out of its side. All right. Whoops. Put you back. It can. It's just shy.
I mean, I'm not making any effort to be stealthy whatsoever, so it would probably definitely come for me if it saw me first.
It might if it didn't have two javelins that came from this way sticking out of its ribs.
You're also not coming stealthily, but you're not like showing it your war face.
Mm.
No, it just doesn't recognize the war phrase that Thane is putting on. Cool. So it's gonna move to here. And then it's going to take the dodge action. As it can't quite reach you in one round and doesn't want to dash because it doesn't want to get stabbed again. Which leads us to Leuca. It is your turn.
I can't hear you, Doraad.
Oh,
You can't hear me at all?
No, I can hear you.
It's less clear.
Is it okay? How about that? Is that better?
That's okay.
Okay. Damn. All right.
I'll take
Leuca
okay.
is going
Right?
to move.
Okay is better than it has been. Leuca?
Leuca is going to move around the Drake, keeping low and slinking in almost cat-like fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action to rage.
Yes. What does rage look like for Leuca?
For Leuca, there's just this deep guttural cry as she leaps forward and brings both her axes down on this creature. I am going to reckless attack.
Nice.
Oh, advantage. And 21 to hit on the first attack.
That hits.
Oh yeah, I gotta turn this on for bonus damage. That's an 11.
All right.
And second attack. Oh, that's not meant to have advantage.
That's all right. A 9 will miss.
9 will miss. -1 rage.
Perfect. Now, this, after 2 javelins and a hand axe, this creature is starting to look a little bloodied and a little worse for wear. It shows no sign of backing down, and it bares its teeth at you. But you can tell that it's had a little bit of a rough go of it these past few seconds. And with that, it is now... Unless you have anything else for your turn, Leuca.
Nope.
Okay. It is now this drake that is now floating. It's going to take the dodge action because it can't move because it's just floating. Oh, wait, Leuca, it doesn't matter because you still hit with a 15, but it was dodging. So that actually would have been a 15 out of 21 to hit, even with the reckless attack, because it would have canceled advantage and disadvantage out. Just reminding myself for next time that it was dodging. I promise I'll have like tokens and like little symbols so you can see. I'll have that all set up for next session. So yeah, this drake that is caught in the levitation spell is not doing anything right now. Thane, is your turn.
20, 25, 30. Moves up to there. And then he will he will cast Thorn Whip on this one. No, that one I mean.
Okay. Is that an attack roll or a save for Thorn Whip?
It's a melee attack roll.
Sweet. Do it to it.
Oh, come on.
23.
Roll it. Roll it. Yeah, 23 to hit.
23 absolutely hits.
So it's going to take 2d6 piercing damage.
Go ahead and click on the word Thorn Whip on your spell right there in the chat box, and it'll auto-roll the damage for you. Perfect. All right, that is another 6 piercing, and if I'm not mistaken, it's pulled.
It's pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Bloop. That is 5, 10. Yeah, 10 feet closer.
So that ends my turn. So yeah, Thane walks up and conjures a cordage whip of mycelium, thorns and barbs on it, just wraps around the creature and yanks it towards him.
Nice. It seems completely taken aback. It was just focusing on this thing that kept throwing sticks into its side, and now all of a sudden there's mushrooms grabbing it and yanking it around. Not a great day for it. You said that was it for Thane?
That's it.
All right, next up is Khensu. Khensu, you are right around here.
Hold on, let me bring back the map. I'm over there. Okay. So do I only know of the one? Is this a roof over here?
So these are stalls, so you can actually like see through to the other side of this.
Got it. Okay. When I rolled my survival check to learn about these things, do I know if they have any immunities or weaknesses or anything like that?
Let me remind myself what you got on that survival.
15, I believe.
With a 15, I would say you're pretty sure fire is a bad idea, but other than that, not really.
Okay. I would have to take the dash action to get up there in one round.
If you're trying to get into melee, yeah.
Okay.
Because you're hold on, you're like roughly around here. You're like 40 feet, 45 feet, and 60 feet respectively from the three of them.
Okay. I want to start moving towards this one,
Okay.
but through the stalls, I'm still gonna do stealth, just to hoping that it doesn't see me.
Awesome. Roll that stealth check.
Mm,
Woo!
What was it?
28.
Oof.
Yeah, you expertly having to quickly hide a lot given your profession. You expertly slink into a spot that's a little nook between the various crates of goods that this stall has before any of the other creatures start to notice you. You are successfully hidden.
Okay. The one that I'm getting closer to, is that the one that was eating somebody?
No. So the one that was eating somebody is this one over here,
Okay.
and this one over here is the one that got caught in a levitate spell. It's just floating off the ground right now, harmlessly.
Okay. Then
This one hasn't had a turn yet.
okay. I am going to I am going to mark the floating one as um my favored foe.
Nice.
Um, actually, wait, no, I can't do that until I hit it, I guess.
Oh,
That's weird.
that's right. Do we have like an alternate version of favorite foe?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. So then I will bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Nice. And I
And
don't think there's a save for that. That's just automatic. So, which one
yeah,
are you marking? The floating one?
yeah.
Okay. It is marked.
All right. Well, I don't want to do anything that's going to blow my stealth check, so I will endeth my turn.
Okay. Last but not least is this one who can absolutely get to here and is going to attempt to attack Leuca. And it has advantage thanks to pack tactics. That's a 21 to hit. I assume that hits Leuca. You are muted. If you are saying
21 does hit.
Okay. All right. Let's do. Ooh, good. Nice. Luckily, it rolled pretty low. You're looking at only 8 slashing damage, and you are
That
raging.
before or
So
after resistance?
that's before resistance.
Okay.
It rolled really bad, which is good.
Good for me.
Yup.
Bad for them.
See, unlike most DMs who are against the players, I'm not publicly.
Publicly. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna roll insight on that.
Insight check the DM. Okay, so that is 8 slashing. It does not have extra attack or anything like that. So that is its turn, which brings us back to the top of the round with Naadia.
Okay. So you're gonna have to remind me. Can I cast non-concentration spells while we're keeping concentration on another spell?
Yes, you can.
I always forget. Okay,
Yeah,
sick.
concentration, you just can't concentrate on more than one spell at a time. That's all.
Gotcha. Alright, fuck this guy. Ray Frost. The guy that I'm dangling.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray of Frost, and I'm going to use
23 hits.
3 to hit, and then I'm going to use Winter's Bite on it, so I get to add my charisma modifier to the damage.
You sure do.
It's taking the dodge action. She's attacking the one that's in the air.
Oh, thank you. Go ahead and roll Ray of Frost one more time, just to make sure it still hits.
Okay. Come on.
Oh yeah,
20,
absolutely still hits.
27. And then my charisma, so that'll be an extra 5, so that'll be 13.
Sweet. You
Cold damage.
You reach out with your Ray of Frost, and as it hits this creature, you feel the call of the ballad reach out to you, and the Ray of Frost stings just a little bit worse.
I think the tips of Naadia's fingers start to go a little bit blue. She does this, and then they kind of recede.
Yes. Anything else for Naadia's turn?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll move forward a little more.
Move forward a little more? Okay. So
maybe about another 20.
Okay, so you're getting not in melee range, but a little bit closer. Got it.
Oh.
Again, we're not really doing a hard map today. I'm just have this as a general idea, so you can kind of see where stuff is. Honest to God, battle maps will come later. Perfect. So after Naadia comes Doraad.
Where's Naadia at in reference? Just so I know.
Somewhere in between you and Thane-ish.
Okay.
Somewhere in this range.
Thank you.
And you
definitely
don't notice,
saw
but for out of character, Khensu is right below you.
Okay. Definitely saw the ice beam, right?
Yep.
The super awesome ice beam.
Mm-hmm.
So Doraad's gonna look over a little bit at her, down there, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cast my Eldritch Blast on this dude that's floating.
Yep,
And
your
I don't have it punched in. I don't have it punched in fancy yet, so I can't link it yet. But it's a +8. Let me pop this up. Let me roll the d20 real fast, and it's taking the dodge action, so it's at disadvantage. D20.
That's a natural 20.
Well, there's a natty. Well, I got to roll for disadvantage.
This is true.
That's
yes,
an 11.
It is dodging. Okay.
11's not going to hit, is it?
11 is not going to hit.
No, that's so funny. I missed. Doraad misses. In the moment, he's like, yeah, I got you.
Doraad doesn't miss. With that nat 20, your aim is true. But this dog, this creature, this almost dragon-like canine, whatever it is.
I roll for 2 beams, right?
This is true. For that first beam, it manages to catch its nail on like a wooden post to spin it just enough to where the blast misses. And
oh wait,
17 to hit for the second one absolutely hits it.
I have a +8, so that 11 is a
oh right, I'm just looking at raw numbers. Yeah, no, both hit.
I know. I'm sorry. So both hit. So damage is 2d10 +8.
Mm-hmm.
Is that +8 for each? Or just the total of 1?
So each blast is doing 1d10 plus...
So 1d10 and then +1 hard 8. Gotcha. So it's 18 damage.
1 hard 8.
Hold.
Perfect. It is looking really, really worse for wear. It's barely hanging on to life. As your Eldritch Blast reaches out, and it almost the frost that envelops over the creature connects with the parts of the frost that were coming from where Naadia hit it, and just 2 converging freezing paths on a lake meet, and then they just quickly branch outward over its scales, leaving it almost frozen to death. Anything else for Doraad on Doraad's turn?
looking at where he's at, where everyone else is at, positionally, he's perfect. He's going to stay here.
Nice.
No fancy bonus action. And that's it. That's Doraad's turn.
Fair enough. After Doraad, we got this first Drake that was munching on the body. This one is looking pretty worse for wear. It is going to turn and head this way to try and bite at the thing that just grabbed it. This does provoke an opportunity attack from you, Leuca.
Opportunity or from you?
First, I need Leuca to roll an opportunity attack as it leaves Leuca's threat range.
21.
Oh, are you throwing a javelin or using a hand axe?
I am using a javelin in melee because you told me
Ah.
that slashing damage was ill-advised against these foes.
This is true, it is. Yeah, with a 21,
Oh.
you hit, thrust right in between those. 7 damage. While it is still standing, it looks like it is just barely standing. It miscalculated, trying to run away from you. Little does it know it miscalculated worse. Now, Thane, because it entered your range, do your thing.
Con saving throw.
Yes! Let's roll. Oh god, that's a natural 1. How do you want to do this?
You take 2d6 necrotic damage.
It has
Sorry.
2D.
Go ahead.
Oh, it has 2 HP. So, how do you want to do this?
I mean, it turns black and falls over.
It just necrotizes and just collapses, and parts of it like shrivel up even after it's already dead and hit the floor. The skin sort of looks a little dark and leathery.
Just a couple of black mushrooms will start sprouting on it.
Mm-hmm. They'll even start to look like little spores like floating around the corpse, almost like showing that it is well dead, well deceased. Beautiful. Well, it's dead, so I can go ahead and thwack that. That was its turn. We're on to Leuca. It is your turn.
Leuca, seeing the floating dog being very exposed, leaps towards this greyhound-shaped drake.
Yes.
And disappears.
Yes, I was waiting for it.
And reappears about here. And in a cloud of mist appears and throws a javelin at the floating dog.
Nice. Is this your racial or class feature? Are you like bonus action attacking right now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Chuck that javelin.
And it's dodging, right?
It is currently dodging.
Okay, I get advantage. It gives disadvantage, so I just roll.
Yep, an 18 hits.
18 to hit. 8 damage.
8 damage. As this thing is just floating, dealing with some of the damage that it's already taken from the icy strike from Naadia, and then the icy strike again from above from Doraad. This thing is helpless before you as you literally knock it out of the levitation spell and pin it to the wall behind it with your javelin spearing clean through its ribs. And it is now dead.
Leuca is then turning with the momentum of the throw is going to dash back towards this creature.
Nice.
And double attack it.
Go ahead and roll twice. It is not dodging or anything, so you're good. 20 hits. 27 crit hits.
Nice. How are you getting 3 attacks?
So
Yes, I can do that.
yeah, bonus action, baby.
Oh, okay. You're dual wielding. Right.
It's actually a special class feature.
That's cool.
Can Misty Step without needing a spell slot as a bonus action, and can attack as part of that bonus action.
So that's 8 damage and then 11 damage. Spearing at it with a javelin and just a whirling, thrusting, storming attack.
Nice. After you just destroy this levitating drake that was already on death's door, you use that momentum, turn around, and become a dervish of whirling blades and stabbing thrusts and death. Perfect. After you, we have that one, which is now dead.
I'm almost out of javelins.
Yep. Thane, it is your turn.
Okay. Thane walks up to here.
Mm-hmm.
And he will make 2 attacks with 1 attack with both rapiers.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll. That's a crit. Oh my god, you guys are setting a tone. Both of those hit.
Yes. So this is going to be a lot of damage.
Yes, it really is.
Does he take damage for being in the spores as well?
No, that's a reaction. So the spores are coating the blade right now, but the actual AoE damage is once a turn reaction. So I'm actually going to roll that separately.
You can still take a reaction on your turn, and it entered your range, so you still technically can do it.
No, I used mine for the round.
Right, but at the start of your round is when your reaction resets, so you have your new one now, if you want to burn it early.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll leave it for now.
Okay. So how much damage are we looking at? You're still going. Oh no.
Well, I have to roll the crit dice for the other one. So that's 25, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. 32 damage total.
I almost feel bad twice in a row, but how do you want to do this?
Well, they will just walk up, and the first stab pierces through the torso, and the next one pierces through a vital organ.
Oh gosh.
And the second verse is the same thing. So after the second hit, or the first hit, whichever one kills it, just black lines envelop it, shrivels up, necrotizes, and mushrooms more concentrated on where he hit, but mushrooms sprout from it.
Oh my gosh. Oh. And with that, the final enemy lying in this street is dead. And this seems like a perfect place for us all to meet each other. Who'd have thought? It's almost like there's some like divine hand or something, like kind of moving stuff.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
18, baby. Yeah, so you all just witnessed all of that happen. And Khensu, it was such a dervish of damage. You are still completely hidden. No one has a clue where you are. So if you want to use that to your advantage, by all means. I'm not giving you ideas or anything.
Oh no.
You better be careful, Doraad.
He'll know in a little bit. He'll know.
Oh man.
Naadia is going to start running across the square to Leuca.
Thane's going to the body of the person.
Okay. Leuca, a elf is running toward you. And not only an elf that as they're approaching you, you feel something weird. Why don't you give me an Arcana check? Because we all know that Leuca is so intelligent and so good at Arcana checks.
You say that, but during the preview, didn't I roll like
That is true. You
really
rolled
well?
I think you rolled a 19.
It's okay. The statistics strike back. I got a 4.
You can't place it, but there's something familiar, and that's all you're able to pick up. Some familiar energy or feeling as Naadia approaches you. Naadia, you can actually do the same thing if you'd like. An Arcana check if you're feeling froggy.
18.
18. Something about Leuca feels very reminiscent of where you're from, but not exactly. And you know they're not from where you're from, but it's got a similar feel to it, both in nature and in the arcane.
Nadia's eyes light up, and I think this is generally she keeps doing this. She again kind of just skids to a stop on her toes, in front of. She hasn't really gotten the transition between running and not running down pat yet.
Still in your boots that you're not used to wearing.
Yeah, I'm like one of those like when you put shoes on a dog and they kind of walk weird. Like they don't quite know how to place their feet anymore.
Oh my god.
No, she's gonna skid to a stop, and she's gonna sort of very, very again, not trying to be subtle or polite or anything. Like give Leuca like a real up and down. Then go in Sylvan. Go. Excuse me, are you a real elf?
Leuca, blank, lean in, kind of like, I don't understand, and then take the 2 javelins she's wielding and clack them together over her head, and in Elvish say blood and victory in a somewhat lyrical tone, almost as though she's humming a bar of a song that everyone should know.
Do I know?
Everyone.
Does that ring a bell with me?
Not necessarily. It's really hard to place. Like, Leuca's not from where you're from, but there's some familiarity there.
I think she says that, and Naadia just kind of goes, okay. And then in Elvish, I'm sorry, are you a real elf?
Yes. Are you?
Proper one. I keep meeting elves that don't seem like real elves. They can't even, they can't change, they can't teleport. I saw you teleport. You're a real elf.
I like to think so.
But you don't speak Sylvan.
No. I barely speak ancient tongue. I speak Elvish well enough.
Really?
As
Well,
this
it's a relief to finally meet somebody.
Yes. As we're this conversation's happening, Thane, you approach the body, and you look, and they are. Why don't you give me a medicine check? 21. Yeah, with the 21, they are technically, by the definition, still alive, but they're well beyond saving, and they're not even conscious anymore, and you don't think they ever will be. Again, they will probably be dead within the next 40 seconds to a minute.
Okay. So Thane is kneeling down next to them, pulls off. So now that combat's not happening, Thane looks like a traveler. He's got a backpack on. He's got a large gourd on his back. He looked like some random dude just came up and helped y'all out, except for all of his weirdness. So he pulls off his backpack. He pulls off the gourd. He rummages inside his backpack for a vial, plunges it into his gourd, and comes up with, a black liquid in it. Takes his amulet in one hand and begins to start praying while slowly dripping it into this person's mouth.
Does so Leuca and Naadia are kind of having a conversation in Sylvan and Elvish, and are you a real elf? But Khensu and Doraad, you can see this, and by this I mean Thane, but this.
Rod's not moving. He doesn't know any of these people except recently just Naadia.
Now,
And I'm casting detect magic.
yeah, some things are gonna show up on this detect magic. Are you ritual casting? Like, are you taking time, or you just burn a spell slot, get it over with? Okay, cool.
It's done. I need to know.
With detect magic, oh god, there's gonna be a couple things. One, you notice detect magic gives schools of magic too, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's not. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep, schools as well.
You feel the remnants of now fading conjuration magic on all three of the corpses of these creatures.
Okay.
Okay, that's one thing.
Okay.
The second thing is that the gourd, it's strange. It's like a transmutation, but when you look at it, all the signs show transmutation, but they're just like a little weird, almost like if someone were to like put it in italic font. Like something seems off. It's just strange, but it's transmutation.
Okay.
Not your magic. Don't mess with it.
Don't mess with it. I'm gonna save that for last.
There's money in it.
I'm gonna save that for last. On Leuca, you notice something really interesting. You notice that there is, what would be the best way to put this? Transmutation? Illusion. We'll go with illusion. There is extremely strong illusion magic radiating from Leuca's. Is Leuca right or left-handed? Or ambidextrous, or
Ambidextrous, but favors right.
okay. Then there is illusion magic, very powerful illusion magic, emanating from Leuca's right hand. Naadia just looks like all of them is magic, or more like their blood is magic, and the magic seems different. It's strange. Detect magic is usually visual. It's like auras of colors, and your mind is filled with the knowledge of like what school it is, and you're seeing kind of physical signs. But with Naadia, it's all not just visual. You also smell like brownies and cookies and cinnamon and vanilla. You can smell through your detect magic.
And that's not normal.
That's not normal.
It's not normal.
Couple of other things that you notice. That there is a total drop in the weave that does not exist around Thane, and he does not give off the aura of someone that has the weave moving through them like people that are leveled normally do. There's no aura of any kind coming from him. As far as you're
Weird,
concerned,
because he has magic.
commoner. Oh yeah, super weird. As far as you're concerned, through detect magic, he's a commoner.
Got it.
But even stranger than everything else that you've seen is the crown on Thane's head. It is every school of magic, and you look at it and you go blind for the next 10 seconds or so.
Okay.
You see every color
That
of the
one.
rainbow stab you in the eyes as you look at it.
Violent rainbow today.
Yes, violet rainbow. That's everything you notice with a detect magic. At least from where you're standing.
Okay.
Gotta love that spell.
That's a good spell.
More like
Doraad
very good
will-
timing when to cast it.
It's perfect timing. Hey, look, I can see everybody. Doraad will hop down and come up to Naadia. The
Okay.
only person he knows, kind of.
That's for the vial, Zeke.
For the vial? Okay.
Oh, hello, Master Doraad. It was fun, wasn't it? I've done anything like that before.
It's been a little bit of time since I've done a little work myself, but goodness, it's an impressive trick you have there. And you guys, you could be twins.
Is he
And
a
you're-
real elf?
No, I don't. Well, can you
Well,
move
I
without
would
moving,
be
Master Doraad?
speaking. Can I move without moving?
go like, and then one place and then another place? Teleport.
No, that's not something I can do yet.
Leuca demonstrates.
Not a real elf then.
Leuca
Not a real elf
demonstrates.
then.
Disappears, reappears on the other side of Doraad. Shame.
Like that.
Shame!
Yeah.
Not a real elf then.
Ah.
At
No,
least
that's
not
very
like the
impressive.
ones
I
I've
can't
met.
do that. Huh. What, it's so fascinating that we're all here in this moment. I'm a little bewildered. You, sir, my friend with the gourd. What is your name?
He's still chanting quietly to himself for a moment. Is the person still alive or no?
No, they're dead now.
Oh, okay. Then he stops chanting. He'll close their eyes because they're now definitely deceased. And then he'll stand up and put on his things and turn to you, Doraad. Say, my name is Thane. What is yours?
I'm Doraad. This is So Doraad will look you up and down and kind of linger his focus on the crown a little bit. You're not really from around this area, are you? You're not from here.
No, I came to the city today.
Huh. And Naadia, you came here, and I didn't catch your name. Dear, what was your name?
Leuca Nata.
Leuca Nata. Lovely.
Strange name for a real elf.
It's Elvish for snake bite.
Got 4 parts to it.
No, just 2 words.
Ukanata. Well, that's even only 2 parts.
2 words. For
No, but the first word is only, that's the important one anyways. It only has 2 parts to it.
Are you guys talking in Elvish?
yes, rudely.
Can any of the 3 of you speak Elvish?
No.
And no one has
I
a clue
can.
you're there.
I'm
waiting for you to just out of nowhere just be like, and I. Oh, I see the hand.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I absolutely,
do speak Elvish,
speak
so-
Elvish. I hear all this.
Oh, you do too.
Yeah, I do too. But
Excellent.
Yeah.
I made sure just to kind of take it all in. I mean, nobody notices you. It just out of habit. I'm trying to take advantage of learning about these people. But I will.
Khensu, are you standing right here?
Khensu is like in the stall somewhere over here, hiding behind some crates.
Okay.
About to sneak
So
up
then-
on the one that was levitating before it got demolished.
Yeah, murder rated. But I will kind of step out of the stall and call out to Doraad. Doraad, I should have known trouble in the streets, and you're here.
Your old friend Khensu is stepping out of the shadows with skill unbeknownst to anyone but you.
Khensu, my old friend. What's he meeting you here? What do you make of this? Do you know these your
I-
people?
I don't know what this was. These creatures are way out of their natural environment. I don't. I didn't detect conjuration magic, so I will assume somebody must have brought them. I don't know how else they could have gotten here.
I think someone brought them here. I think someone summoned them.
Naadia?
Thane. That person over there, can't imagine it's very comfortable for them to be sleeping in the road. We should take them somewhere.
They're deceased.
Oh. That's what it looks like. More peaceful than I would have thought.
Leuca just does a John Travolta from Pulp Fiction, just like gestures in one direction at dead dogs, dog drakes, gestures in the other direction at dead dog drakes and a dead person.
Creature style at the time, of course. I haven't seen a person do it, though.
Rob, do you always keep such unique company?
Yeah, Doraad, do you?
Khensu, I usually choose my company wisely. This was what this is today. But I know the one. The other one. The other tall one. The one that looks like she's from the woods. I know her. Kind of.
Which one of us is that?
She gave me a letter. She gave me a
me.
letter today.
Oh, me.
Thane carefully picks up the body.
Okay.
And he says,
She gave. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
he says, I need to inter this one, if you'll excuse me, and begins walking off towards the graveyard.
Go.
He just picks up the body and just starts walking toward the graveyard.
I said stuff, thanks. I didn't just take it.
I know. I'm screwing with you.
Well,
Uh,
I'm actually here to find you. I've been sent by the vice counselor to enlist your aid in a mission to Sema, actually.
the SEMA.
Yes. It obviously I wouldn't have chosen you, but I've got my orders.
It wouldn't be anything near Fairdale, would it?
That it's actually very
Um,
close to Fairdale.
Does it mention that in the dossier?
Yeah, the dossier gives an exact location. It's probably like a day and a half walk away from Fairdale.
It's close to Fairdale.
Very odd. I feel like this really needs proper attention. Well, if you're sent to get me to go there, and someone sent her to give me a letter to go there, I suppose that's where we're gonna go.
I guess so. And wow, you are already summoned to that area by somebody else?
Yeah, the magical one over there, Naadia. She gave me a letter from the Wall and Pearlbeard over in Fairdale. People are going missing. Entire towns. This is the third town. They find clothing in the streets, no bodies. Should we perhaps stop the gentleman stealing the body?
Well, didn't he say he was interring it?
Do you have plans for it?
I mean, I guess not.
I mean,
I wasn't going to use it
I
for
did-
anything.
I did say I wasn't turning it, and I'm headed towards the graveyard for anyone who actually lives here.
That's true. I would know you're going to the graveyard. It'll be easy to find him. He sticks out in a crowd.
I mean, I don't know what kind of trouble we're gonna find on this mission, but from what I could have saw during that whole battle, you guys are more than capable. I was told to enlist a few other people, so
Maybe you
it's
found a
almost
few
like
other
the cards
people.
were laid right out in front of us for this to happen.
What a coinky dink.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from
The
the
two of
Jack
you-
himself.
Did the two of you know each other in a past life or something?
No, thankfully, just this one.
Oh yes, only had the honor of this lifetime.
And as this conversation is happening, all of you, with the exception of Thane, who has started to walk away now, but you're only like a little bit down the street. With a perception check, I'll let you hear it. Why don't you go ahead and roll me that to see if your character picks it up as they're walking away.
Probably.
Yep. No, 24. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you all hear, Tamoira? Is that you? And that's where we'll stop for today!
Wait,
Tamoira.
we hear it out or in our heads?
You all hear it out loud, and actually those of you who can speak Elvish, B, would you like to tell everyone what it means?
Would that be Elvish or would it be Sylvan?
Ooh, you know what? It might actually be Sylvan. Does anyone speak Sylvan?
Nope.
Then
Never mind
That's a
then.
secret for you to keep. Excellent.
Are you kidding me?
Wonderful. This was excellent. I apologize for all the technical stuff. It was kind of to be expected. As more sessions roll by, we'll all get the hang of it and it'll be taken care of. But you guys were a blast. I enjoyed DMing for you today so fucking much. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. I can't say is it Thursday yet. So, is it not Thursday yet? It's different enough.
Is it not?
Is it Friday Eve yet?
Is it
or-
Friday Eve?
The Eve of Friday? The Eve of Friday? Yes.
Oh,
Is it the
man.
Eve of Friday?
So, yeah.
Am Moira. Okay.
We will be meeting back up again at 6:30 p.m. Eastern again on next Thursday, like clockwork. Unless anything happens, that should just be our schedule moving forward. Same time, regular like clockwork. If anything does happen, I will let you all know in the stream with updates, letting you know if there's going to be like a session where one of us can't make it to put on the show for you. But other than that, I can't wait to see you all next week.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait.
Can I?
what were you gonna say?
You guys, these are your books. Okay?
We each
These are
have our
all of
own book?
Well, you each have half of a book.
That's so exciting.
Rada's in the business of information. I need to have this information.
I'm going to
Oh,
fill
boy.
that book with violence.
I'm gonna fill that book with
Well, it's only information about your character, not the things
Question
you're doing,
marks.
unless it's
Oh.
important about what you're
I was
doing.
gonna fill it with insults, but I guess that
I
doesn't
know,
help.
I know.
You're well on your
Insult.
way, Khensu.
Yes.
Between you and Miss, why would I wear one of your suits? Doraad's just having a bad day.
I feel like what's really
Honestly,
effective about
I-
Naadia's insults is that they're entirely unintentional. I feel like those hit the hardest.
I know. I have thoughts about Naadia already
Would love to
about
hear them.
why. No, well, maybe they'll come out. They'll come out. They're written in your book. They're written in the book.
Greg?
I just want to make sure, since I'm keeping track of the day, the calendar, this is all still the first day. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
When we first picked up with Charlie entering into Doraad's shop. It was around noon. It's around 2 p.m. now, so it's still, bright daylight right now.
Okay.
Oh,
Perfect.
Doraad's
Alright.
gonna go get a bar fight on tonight.
I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream here. You all have a wonderful night. The rest of us, we can all keep talking for a few minutes after. Have fun. Bye, everyone.
Uh,
Thanks.
Good night.